Welcome to the Evident Proof demo. I'm Matt Roden, I'm the CTO of Evident. We run platform demos twice weekly at 10 AM London time on a Tuesday and 4 PM London time on a Thursday. The purpose of the demos, which we try to keep to under 10 minutes, is just to give you a brief overview of the Evident Proof platform, what it can do for you or your organization, and how one can integrate with the Evident Proof platform to store a mutable proof of evidence. So Evident Proof is a service to be able to store a mutable proof of your data and show that it has not been hacked, it has not been changed, it has not been tampered with. We do this by using distributed blockchain technology, and in that way can provide you a proof certificate that can be used in a court of law to show that your data was stored at a certain time in a certain way, and that the data itself matches what you say it should do, and thus prove the immutability of that data. So the way this demo works is here is the Evident Proof dashboard, and here is a demo application that we put together called Taxi Licenses. So one of our clients using the platform is the largest supplier of government taxi licensing solutions to UK local government, and they need to store immutable proof of their data in their line of business application. Why is this important? Well, in the UK, an article came out in The Guardian saying that 150,000 taxi licenses were issued in the UK to drivers with drink driving bans, criminal convictions, you name it, they had it. And then the burden of proof falls on the suppliers of the taxi licensing solution and the government agencies to prove that checks and balances were indeed done at the time, and be able to prove that these checks and balances aren't backdated or tampered with. By storing data on Evident Proof, we can prove beyond doubt using blockchain technology that data was indeed stored at that time in that way, and that the data fields match. So let's crack on with the demo. So we can't show you the full line of business application from the taxi licensing solution, but we can show you a trimmed down version of it, and here is that trimmed down version. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to refresh everything because I've been sat here a few minutes. So we're going to go ahead and put in a license holder name. So we're going to put, let's see, Tim Test. And we're going to put that their license is active. We're going to put that they've got a criminal record check already performed. And of course, here it is just a checkbox. In a real line of business application, as you can imagine, there'll be some complexity to proving the checks and balances have been performed successfully. So a criminal record check might have a copy of some police documentation or some attached to the form. You'll then be able to see, I can put in driving license number. Again, we would have a scan of the driving license attached here, or some kind of verification that the driving license is valid with the DVLA in the UK. An identity check has been performed. Again, we would have some evidence of that having been done. And then we're going to go ahead and create this taxi license. Okay. Tim Test, there we go. And then we're going to go back into Evident, and this data will have been submitted to the Evident Proof API, the RESTful web service, as evidence, which is a fixed schema of data, and it will have been converted to a proof seal. So this is the record that's essentially an API call. You can see there's a where, which is an IP address or a geolocation, a when, timestamp. And then we have the evidence itself. This is your data, primary service user cross-reference. Effect means this is some kind of key that relates back to your source database. It could be a single key, a compound key, a serial number, an ID of a person, whatever it may be. And then we've got the key value pair. You can see here my key is new license and value. This is entirely of your choosing, but you can see that the value is a JSON representation of that form that we filled out. This can be a single form. It can be multiple forms. It can be the works of Shakespeare. We really don't care. What we care about is the seal, essentially the hash of this data, of all of this data that comes out the other end. And from that hash, from that seal, we are then returned a receipt via the API, which can be stored against the source database to say this has been stored immutably with evident proof. And this data is all stored on the blockchain. Now, later down the line, we need to prove in a court of law, litigation scenario, audit, compliance scenario, that the data was stored immutably. So we can go and request a proof certificate, which goes and checks the blockchain to see that this seal matches and that the data here matches the seal. And you'll be able to see here is our proof certificate. Essentially, a proof certificate gives you all the data you need to be able to prove in a court of law that the data was stored immutably using blockchain technology. And you can see here we have a transaction ID. Really, these proof certificates are tailored to what you need them to be and what proof means to your organization. So that is the evident proof demo. Any questions, please ask me on Telegram, and I will see you again on Tuesday at 10 AM London time. Thanks.